This is a walkthrough video of my cherished project car, which I have owned and restored for 3 years now. It's a 1981 S-Class 300SD Turbodiesel, which I nicknamed Project Panzer. This has been my daily driver until my wife and I were blessed with an SUV. I still drive this almost every day, and on Friday when the SUV is under the color coding scheme, I instantly fell in love with Project Panzer, and so I wanted to restore it to its full glory and top running condition for 2 reasons. I intended to keep this car for the long haul as my daily driver, and I wanted to make sure that my girlfriend, now my wife, could drive this safely on her own without me worrying about her running into car troubles or any inconveniences. So I became very meticulous with the restoration, and I wanted the car to function perfectly. The restoration process was very slow because of several factors: funds, availability of the highest quality parts, such as original Mercedes, Lemforder, or Bilstein, which were my top priority, and the availability of the mechanic. My main mechanic who took care of most of the work was none other than the legendary expert on old-school Benzes, Danny Fabic of ATE Transmission Repair. He is also very meticulous, especially when it comes to parts. He always insists on using only original Mercedes parts or the next closest brands, and he only works on one thing at a time. Over the span of 3 years, Mang Danny has helped me complete the 3 major and most expensive areas of restoration. These are the engine, transmission, and under chassis. I'll go into detail about these later with other videos and pictures. All it needs now is a repaint, minor bodywork, interior detailing to render it a fully restored car. More on these later as well. First, a brief background on the car before I acquired it in July 2013. This car is a US version imported to Manila with complete papers, customs, and duties paid. It has Diliman papers and was acid tested there before I transferred the car title to my name. The registration is current and good until January 2017, registered in Muntinlupa City for convenience since I live in Alabang. It wasn't like this though when I first bought it. The previous owner didn't register it for several years, so I had to pay for the penalty for late registration. I found out that the original factory paint of this car was actually dark green, as it's still reflected in the car registration. The previous owner before me had it painted silver, which you see right now. However, he left it out in the open for so long that the paint had faded and was cracking in some places. It has a blue interior with the original Zebrano wood trim replaced with silver trim by the previous owner. I have the full set of the wood trim well kept in order to preserve them. I planned on having them installed after the car was repainted. However, I no longer have the funds and the time to have it repainted for 3 reasons. First, I just got married last April 2016, so majority of my savings were focused there. Number 2, I was petitioned for an H-1B work visa for the US and will be leaving in July 2016. My wife and I will be staying in the USA for 1 year, and we can use the funds from the car sale to start our new life there. Number 3, we were gifted with an SUV, which we will retain when we get back here. So my wife requested me to just sell Project Panzer rather than leaving it behind for a year and have a second car. Yes, I love my wife more than I love this car. I live in a condo unit with 1 parking slot, so having an extra car isn't practical for us. However, I'm not in a rush to sell this gem of a car just yet. I know its value considering nothing will need to be repaired for the next 10 to 15 years, as far as the engine, transmission, and under chassis are concerned. I hope that this car would go to another fellow Benz enthusiast who also knows the value of getting this car in top mechanical condition, and one who would care for it as much as I have.